Welcome to the Big Movement Podcast. If you're ready to create results and make huge strides in your business, finances, personal development, and health, then you're in the right place. Pushing past excuses and powering through procrastination can be a challenge alone. Here, you'll get the support, tools, and knowledge you need to get to the level you desire in your business and life. Let's get started with your host, Byron Ingram.
And welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, we are talking about understanding social media etiquette. Now, the reason for this is today, now more than ever, most entrepreneurs spread their attention and their time across multiple social media platforms. However, it is vital to ensure that we understand the etiquette that's taking place on each platform to avoid damaging potential relationships. And why this is important is because every platform has its own unique culture, the way people interact. And the more that we can understand this, the better off we are, because there's nothing worse than someone using a platform in a way that it's not intended to, which ultimately causes nothing but strife. So, as an example, over the past week or so, I've seen many of my friends discussing online that on LinkedIn, they've been contacted by people who are treating it like a dating site. Like, hey, I like you. And you just use your imagination there with the types of things that they're getting. So let's think about this for a moment. You're on LinkedIn because you want to connect with business professionals, yet someone is trying to use it as a dating website. So obviously, they should be on Tinder, Match, or eHarmony instead of LinkedIn. But here's the bigger issue. If someone's using it in this fashion, their name, they're tarnishing it, because now people are going to brand them as, oh, there's that person. All they're doing is trying to hit on people. So if they're wanting to, let's say, connect with someone later on because they're looking for a job, how is this going to look? If people see that, oh yeah, this person here, they're notorious for wanting to use it as a dating website. That's not helpful to a person's business whatsoever. So it's important that we understand that every platform has a culture and a purpose, and that we use it in the right way to avoid it. So some things are more professional, some things are much more in terms of the social side. So we need to make sure that we follow that appropriately. Now, when it comes to proper etiquette on a particular platform, there's no better way of saying it than use common sense, period. If it's LinkedIn, don't use it as a dating website. If it's Facebook, Twitter, other platforms, be nice to each other. If it's a dating platform, don't send pictures to other people that would make you get slapped in the back of the head by your mom or your dad, or especially your grandparents, because that will probably happen. So common sense is one way that will avoid a lot of problems. Now, if there's any doubt in terms of what type of content you should be sharing, there's a great resource every platform has that everyone has agreed to at one point or another, whether we read it or not, and it's a terms of service. If you're running a business, or you're thinking about running a business, it's important to read this. And if you're going to run ads, you need to look at their advertising guidelines. And why is this important? They specifically tell you the things that you should not do, or outright you can get banned for doing so. And you must know these things. As an example, on Facebook, if you're wanting to run ads, you can't use a before and after picture because they explicitly say you can't do this. And it's listed there in the advertising guidelines. So this is why it's important that we read these documents to understand the culture of a particular platform. But more importantly, it keeps us out of trouble, because there's nothing worse than you're putting your time, your energy, your money, your resources, you name it, to building up a social media following. Yet, because you didn't read these documents and you put out something, you thought, this is going to be great, and next thing you know, you can't log in because you violated terms of service, or your ad account gets shut down because you're running the wrong type of ad on the wrong type of platform. Because the reality is, in some places out there, you could run, say, a before and after picture. You just can't do it on Facebook. So it's understanding what the etiquette and what the procedures are on a particular platform. So, and regardless of this, on any platform, the one thing you must do is show up authentically. And the reason for it is people are using social media to connect with real people. They're not wanting to connect with a fake person. They want to see your face. They want to say, oh, look, there's pictures of your kids and so on. But what do people do? They think, well, I need to be more like XYZ guru, so I'm going to act that way. And if that's not the way you are, guess what happens? Nothing. Because the more authentic you are, you're going to attract a certain type of person. And this goes down to we have to get past this notion of helping everybody. Because the reality is there's 7.5 billion people on the planet. We're not helping everybody. I don't care who the heck you are. It's not going to happen. So you have to focus in on who is it specifically you want to help and put your message out there, because people are going to get it. You can go broad and then you're going deep because you want a certain type of mindset, or your product might be helping a specific person with a specific problem. So then you want to act accordingly. And by being authentic, the way that you are every day of the week, that's how you want to be online, because people are going to see that and go, I like that person because they are who they are, versus trying to be someone entirely different. Because here's what happens. Eventually, people are going to meet you offline, whether it's, let's say, at a restaurant, a movie, or on a plane, wherever. And if someone looks at you and thinks, you're not the way you are online, what the heck? Guess what happens? Nothing. They look at you and think, I don't really want to be around that person or connect with them. And they tell their friends, and before you know it, your engagement starts dropping away because you're not showing up authentically. So I challenge you today. Look at how you can show up authentically each and every day on social media, and make sure that you're using each platform properly. Just following some basic etiquette. So if you're on LinkedIn, don't use this as a dating website, because I guarantee you're going to make a lot of enemies very quickly doing so. So do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button and hit that share button on this podcast episode, because there's someone out there who needs to understand a little bit more about social media etiquette so they can be able to grow their brand properly leveraging social media.
Thanks for listening to the Big Movement Podcast today. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now that you've surely been inspired to take your entrepreneurial career and business to the next level, you can stop by the website and get more. And if you're ready to boost your business brand, be sure to grab your free report, 7 Easy Steps to Build Your Brand Today.